1998 Ford F250 standard base pickup truck, and I have a low beam headlight issue. Driving home the other night, the headlights went out as soon as I turned on the wipers, and then when I flashed my high beams, the low beams came back on, and when I turned the wipers back on, the low beams went out again. But I suspect it's this light switch. The basic circuit for the low beam headlights is power comes from the battery to the fuse box. From the fuse box it comes up to this light switch, and when you turn it to the on position, you transfer power to the headlights itself. And so the fact that my low beams went out, I just suspect it's this light switch. Now, in order to take this light switch out, turn the headlights on and pull this knob out a few centimeters. It just clicks, and then that will reveal a window underneath the knob, which you take a small little screwdriver, let's see, into that window and just push it till you feel it click. There he goes. And once it clicks, you just take the knob and pull out. Okay, in order to take this light switch out now, I'm going to turn the knob 180 degrees in the opposite direction and pop it back in. And you might have to move it around back and forth a little bit to get it actually in. But once you get it in, turn it back to the on position and pull the knob outwards, and the whole switch will come out, just like so. Now, what's holding that light switch in is a little tab here that, when this knob is 180 degrees, you can control that tab from going in and out. See? You can see that tab now, and then I turn it in, turn it out, turn it in. Okay, so with that knob 180 degrees, you control that tab from locking it in place or releasing it so it can come out. Anyway, the light switch, the connector I'm most concerned about is this one right here, because this is the low beam circuit, a headlight. Now, there's two connectors, and there would be three if it had fog lights, but anyway, to release this connector, there's a orange tab here. You need to pull it out like so, and then there's a little tab on the connector itself which you have to push and then pull out as you're pushing in. Okay, that releases the connector. Now, on the bottom of this connector on the left side is the power wire, and that power wire is blue with the orange stripe. Now, to check for power there, you will need a test light. You can get a test light like this at any auto parts store. Anyway, the basic circuit is this goes to ground. And the wire goes into this probe, and inside this probe is a light bulb, and then when you touch power with this end, the light bulb will turn on. So I'm going to connect this wire to ground, and the best ground is underneath the dash, actually a rusted piece of metal there. So you just pop it in there. Take your test light and test that connector. See, I have power. Not a problem. Okay, now the wire that's next to it, this one right here, this is the power wire. The one that's next to it is the one that runs to the low beam headlights. That wire is a red with yellow stripe wire. Okay, so I'm going to test this without the switch by putting a jumper between this power wire and the headlight wire. So what I'm going to do is take a paper clip and I'm going to unbend it like so and feed one into the power wire and one into the headlights. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but the headlights, okay, not in, I guess. There you go, the headlights are on. Now you don't want to leave that jumper wire in very long because it gets quite hot. So take the jumper wire out once you see that yes, you have a circuit and you do have headlights. Okay, so at that point, if you have power here, well, actually, if you don't have power here, then you would want to check your fuse box. You have two fuse boxes, one directly underneath here, and one in the engine compartment. And just check the fuses and make sure you have fuses. If it's not a fuse and you still don't have power here, you'll have to consult a wiring diagram or a professional mechanic. So anyway, since I know that my headlights work from here to here, then I would suspect the light switch itself. Now, previously I had taken this light switch out, and the contacts here were quite corroded. So I took a flat file and I cleaned those contacts as best as possible. And as a result, after plugging it back in, the low beam headlights come on and haven't stopped working. It's been working beautifully. So basically just need to clean those contacts off. Flat file work, but a fingernail file would probably work better. So anyway, because I couldn't get those contacts cleaned to my satisfaction, I'm just going to replace the switch. So I purchased this standard light switch from off of eBay, and you know, open it up and okay, so here's the new light switch. It's the same as the old one, and of course the contacts are much cleaner. So I shouldn't have any problem with this headlight switch when I pop it in. So I'm going to turn the tape off for a second and connect the connectors to it, because I can't do it with two hands or one hand rather. Okay, I got the new light switch in, all plugged in, ready to go back in. So I'm just going to lift it back up, slide it in place. Now the knob is still 180, so once it's in place, I'm going to flip the light switch off to the off position, and then I'm going to try and pull out on the light switch as I'm turning it, because I should be able to get that light switch right out. Okay, so it's out. That's what that inside of the light switch looks like. Anyway, I'm going to turn the headlight back, the switch back into the normal position. Just turn the switch to the off position and your switch is in.